Hello everyone, today we're doing test 2 for our test days. Test 2 is going to involve a plank and a 2-mile run. So for the plank you can choose to do the forearm plank or the push-up plank. We're going to be doing the forearm plank, but anytime you do a test, make sure you're consistent with which type of plank you're going to be doing. We're just going to get right into it.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin.
When you do a plank, it's good to have proper form. Otherwise, you're not going to get a whole lot out of it. And it's not going to be a good test. And what's your goal for this time, Ma?
Well, I got just over 4 minutes the last time, so I'll shoot for 5. What are you going to go for?
3 minutes.
Come on, dude!
What? I don't even know what I got last time.
I'm sure you beat me, because this is...
No, you beat me.
Really?
Yeah, you beat me.
On the plank?
Yeah, I beat you at the run, but you beat me with the plank.
Oh, okay.
You also beat me with the wall sit, and I just beat you with the push-ups.
You toasted me with the push-ups. So should we play our scammer?
Sure.
Okay, for distraction. So again, it's helpful to distract yourself. Come on, you can do this.
Why am I getting charged? I didn't make the purchase.
I know, ma'am, because we are using your details, ma'am, and your phone number is used for the transaction.
Wait, are you kidding me?
We have called you. I'm not kidding you.
Phew.
Your IP address has been hacked.
Oh my gosh.
There is a reason.
You can do this.
Keep pushing. You think you can't do more? You can. You're telling yourself you can't? That's not a good mindset to have.
Okay, perfect. So what we are going to do right now, we are just going to connect you to the technical server so that we can cancel this order, send you the cancellation form and the refund form. Okay? So just go in front of the computer and turn on your computer and let me know. I will guide you.
Come on, you can do it.
My technical server, okay? Okay. Okay, so please
Keep going.
connect you to the technical server. Can you see the ID?
Hang in there.
Let me know the ID, ma'am. Thank you for staying on the line.
You can do it.
I'm so supervisor. How are you doing today?
Fine, Sheldon. How are you?
Oh, I am so fine. Absolutely. I absolutely love your voice. Let me go ahead on a starting off that I absolutely love your voice.
Oh, thank you.
Could you confirm to me that what is the refund amount that you're supposed to receive?
I think the last gentleman, his name was Sheldon, and he
Come on.
told me it was 500.
Hang in there.
Oh, all right. I guess there's been a slight error. All right. Stay on the line one moment.
Okay.
Let me check. The refund amount that you're supposed to receive is not $500. It is $899.99. All right.
Oh, well, that's my lucky day.
Yes, I guess it's your lucky day.
Oh man, my back is killing me. Ugh.
I've kind of won the lottery. It goes from a bad day to a great day.
No, you've not.
Come on, hang in there.
Mere amount. The only thing
You can do this.
one is that you're me, and I'm a very sweet person, and that is why you.
Oh, come on, hang in there.
All right, perfect. And we will let me tell you very importantly.
Stop repeating yourself, Ma. That's not motivating. That's distracting.
Okay.
Oh,
Be honest about it. You know, because
450.
when you told me hello, I was like, oh God, she sounds like my granny. She's gonna
Thank you, Spencer.
Positive.
Is,
Positive.
Okay,
is
come
she
on.
big and beautiful? BBW?
15.
Yes, she is big and beautiful, and she is beautiful
10.
by heart, just like you are.
Oh, thank you, Spencer. I appreciate that, honey. You're very
Five.
kind. I can tell you're handsome.
Yeah, I am a little handsome, but
5 minutes.
Ugh.
we won't hide.
Oh, man.
What in the world is that?
Good job, Ma.
Whew.
What was that?
That was a bad one.
That was even worse.
Ah!
There we go.
Okay. Whew.
Feel free to post what you got in the comments below. I'm gonna now do the 2-mile run. My mom already did.
It was bad.
So the second part of the test 2 is going to be a 2-mile run. You're gonna try to get your best time that you can do, set yourself a good pace, and try to keep up with that pace. Make sure to breathe, controlled. Don't be gasping for air every other step, and keep good form. If you want to know some good proper form and other tips, you can check out the cardio video that I did a while back, but you can just watch my form, and generally replicating that should get you some decent results. So without further ado, let's get into running. So if you're listening to this right now, I'm just going to coach you through your run. I may finish before you, you may finish before me. The main point of this is going to be giving you that motivation, because motivation is very important when it comes to running, working out in general, and people just need encouragement, and that's something that's really lacking. I started off the pace with 7 miles an hour. The treadmill had a little bit of a delay though, so that's why it took a little bit for it to pick up, but overall it didn't really hurt my time too much. You can start your pace wherever is most comfortable. Start at a lower pace than you know you are capable of, and then when you get in the groove, you get comfortable with that pace, go ahead and pick up that pace, and that's going to be the pace that you're going to do throughout the majority of the run. It's important to keep a very steady pace throughout the entire run. If you're rapidly changing between paces, it's hard to keep track of where you're going to be in order to get your goal. So in a couple seconds, I'm going to change the pace to a 7.5, which I maintain for pretty much the rest of the run until I get down to the final lap. So at this point in the run, you may want to pick up your pace to the pace that you feel most comfortable with. Hopefully you've gotten in the groove by now. As far as your form, make sure that you keep your arms tucked in. Hands, your palms should be nice and wide open. If you ball them up in a fist, it's going to put more strain on you. It's good to keep a nice relaxed posture in general when doing these runs. You don't see me clenching up or tightening. It is straining. It does put a lot on you, but it is important to relax the rest of your body where you can. Take a breather every once in a while. I edited out the audio for this run, but sometimes throughout this, you'll see me kind of gasping, just catching my breath. But anytime I really needed to slow down, instead I would just lengthen my stride but maintain the pace. It took less strain on the body, and I was able to catch my breath better, and then I was able to shorten my stride to a comfortable length again after I caught my breath. So if you're struggling with maintaining your speed and you want to improve your time, I would recommend trying to maintain your speed. You can gauge it based on maybe cracks on the ground if you're doing this outside, or if you're doing it on a treadmill, just taking longer strides. If you'll notice, my feet, the toes specifically, every time I kick my leg forward in order to propel myself, you'll notice that my toes
go above the head of the treadmill at the base, and the importance of that is it promotes using the heel-toe running method, and that's a very important form to keep whenever you're doing these running workouts. Puts less strain on your knees, puts less strain on your ankles, your hips, your whole body. So right now, I'm not sure where you are in your run, but keep pushing yourself. Make sure you have proper form. If you'll notice in the video, it's better to keep your arms at a 90. My arms are kinda bunched up, and the problem with that is you're going to expend more energy, and you're not going to get as much momentum out of it. And if you have your arms straight out to your sides, which by the way is just uncomfortable in general, but it's going to take away from some of the momentum. So it's nice to keep it at a solid 90 or maybe a little bit less, just around that area, and your palms open. When you're breathing, it is very important to focus on your breathing. I just scratched my arm there. When you breathe, you want to have a nice controlled breath. What I try to do is in for 2 steps and out for 2 steps. If I can breathe through my nose, I try to breathe through my nose. If I'm going at a pace that is too uncomfortable to breathe through my nose and not be gasping afterwards, I do breathe through my mouth, but I try to keep the pace of my breath nice and slow. If my side starts hurting, I lengthen my stride more than it is already. It's important to have a long stride with each one. One, it works your legs out more, which is actually much better for a workout. And 2, you're not going to be wasting as much energy, and you'll be going a further distance. So keep pushing, make sure that you are keeping a good pace. If, like I said, you're starting to get tired, that's totally normal, but your brain is going to tell you to stop before your body has to stop. Because your brain is weak, right? You've probably heard it a dozen times. Your brain is going to tell you, stop, slow down, give up, but you have to push past that. You have to push forward and push through that. Keep that pace. Increase the pace if you can. Do not let yourself be your enemy in this case. You should be telling yourself when you're doing these runs, I can do it. I can run. If you have music playing, that's even better. It takes your mind off it. If you don't have that and you're just listening to me right now, keep pushing yourself. I can't stress enough how important it is to push yourself. Don't injure yourself. If you know that you are going to get an injury from pushing yourself too far, lighten up. That's fine. It's not showing weakness, it's showing, taking care of your body. The whole point of working out is to improve your body's performance. Boost your energy throughout the day, whether you have strenuous work or maybe even just a sit down at a desk job. Doesn't matter. The importance of working out is beyond that even. It improves your mood. It improves your lifestyle in general. It encourages you to eat healthier. That's not guaranteed, granted, but it does encourage that kind of lifestyle. It's just taking one step after another, and you gotta follow through. You need to push yourself further than your brain says you can. You keep telling yourself you can't, well then guess what? You won't be able to. But you tell yourself you can and you will, then you will. It's as simple as that. You need to encourage yourself. Other people can be out there to encourage you. That's fair. You can have a workout partner. You can have a life coach. Heck, you can just have me rambling into your ear while you're doing your run and you're trying to focus on your pace and you're trying to focus on your time. But what you need to be focusing on right now is you. You are capable of beating your last mile time. You are capable of beating your last run. All you have to do is do it. Push yourself. Keep track of where you are. If you keep track of where you are, you know how you can improve. Put it in writing. Keep a journal to mark your workouts. That way you know how much you've improved each time. The last time, I didn't record my run. And now I'm not sure if I even did a whole lot better. But that's not the point. The point is I recorded this run. This run is what made a difference. Maybe you did the test day yesterday. Maybe you're still sore from that. That's not an excuse. Your brain will try to come up with excuses for why you can't do something. You can't let that voice in your head tell you what to do. You have to keep pressing forward. My goal for this run was to get a sub 16. That means at a minimum, I would have to keep a pace of about 8 minutes per mile for the whole thing. A 7.5 is an 8-minute mile. But I started off at a 7. So I realized when I got to the last lap, I had to push myself even further than I thought I could do. I bumped up the speed. It wasn't enough. I bumped it up again. It wasn't enough. I sprinted the last part of the last lap. And that's what made the difference. And that's how I was able to achieve my goal on my run. And so what? Maybe you can't do a sub 16. Who cares? You did the run. And that is what matters. The fact that you are going out of your way in your busy day to better yourself, to improve your lifestyle with healthy workouts, that shows some hard dedication that most people can only dream to ever have. And you're doing it right now. It's gonna get hard. It's going to get worse. You think by pushing further and further that your muscles are not gonna start screaming at you? Your side's gonna start hurting. You still have to push through that. Lengthen your stride. Breathe in a nice, controlled manner. If you do that, you'll be able to catch your breath and keep going at that pace. 2 more laps. That's where I was at this point in the run. Doesn't matter if that's not where you are. Maybe you're ahead of me, maybe you're behind me. What matters is that you're doing this run. You're doing it for you. So don't cheat yourself out of a good workout because you want to take it easy. If you want to take it easy, never work out. Never push yourself. Never try to make yourself healthier or have a good lifestyle. But if you want that for yourself, you have to dig deep. You've heard it 1,000 times. Dig deep and find that extra strength. Although it probably looked like I increased the speed there, I was actually just moving the screen that was on the thing. It was about to fall off. It's good to have a laugh every now and then. Keep up your pace. Keep your good form. You let your form slack, your body's gonna pay for it in a bad way. You work out with proper form and good dedication, your body's gonna thank you for it. Now, this is the part in the run where I'm getting down to the last lap. And that's where I bumped the speed up to 8. You gotta stay pumped. When you're doing these runs, you keep yourself pumped. Don't look at it as, oh, I still have half a mile to go. Oh, I still have 4 more laps to go. Look at it as, look how far I've come. Look how far I've pushed myself already, and I am still going strong. Keep pushing in. There is more strength in you than even you know. And the only way you're ever going to achieve it is by pushing in even further than you think you can. Keep up your form, keep up your pace. If you are towards the end of it, push even further. At this point in the run, I knew that an 8 mile an hour wasn't going to be enough for me. Maybe it's even too much for you, but for me, I knew I could do more. So I bumped it up to 9. If you think you can, bump up the speed. If that's too much for you, lengthen your stride, catch your breath. And if it's still too much for you, as a last resort, decrease your speed. But even 9 wasn't enough for me. I bumped it up to the max speed that we can do on our treadmill. And I sprinted to the finish line in victory, knowing that I was able to achieve my goal, and so can you. All you have to do is do better than you did last time.
Okay, now we're gonna look at the results. That's 2 miles in 15:56. I'm going to do my cool down now. I got my goal of a sub 16 overall. That's gonna do it for this test day. We got a rest day, and then we're going to test next month's exercises next week, and then we're going to record them so that you guys can try them out. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you in the next one.